wisdom,
prudentia,
justice,
justitia,
temperance,
temperantia,
courage.
fortitudo.
Applying ancient philosophy to modern life, this is the Sunday Stoic.
Welcome to the Sunday Stoic Podcast. This is Steve, coming to you from Conway, Arkansas. I'm on my porch. It's Saturday night here in Arkansas. The frogs are singing. I'm recording on my phone tonight, so you may not be able to hear them. I see fireflies flying before me. The stars are out, and I am exhausted. So today's episode is going to be a little different than normal because I have been very busy and didn't have time to put together a proper episode this week. It was finals week at the university, and I was busy wrapping up classes. And then I was working in my yard, and my cousin came over, and we installed French drains all over the place on my property today to help improve drainage. And quite frankly, it was an exhausting day, and I just did not have time to sit down and give you the proper episode that you deserve. So I apologize for that, but I wanted to first give a shout out to my cousin who lives up to the concept of the cosmopolis, at least the way I view it, in that, he stepped up, worked his butt off today for me, a distant cousin, and we got a project accomplished, and I really appreciated his expertise, and I think it's important to, like my neighbor was working on a project the other day, and even though I didn't feel like helping, I volunteered to help if they needed help, because when I grew up, that's how neighbors behaved on the farm. If one neighbor had trouble, everyone would pitch in and help get the crops in the ground or the harvest done or whatever when it was necessary. And it's great even though I don't know a lot of people here in Arkansas, I do have a cousin that lives a little ways away who's willing to help out when I need it, and of course I'll help him when they need it. And I think that's part of the good life. The part if we're not careful, we focus too much inwardly, and of course improving ourselves in terms of being calm, having gratitude, and not getting angry, and practicing hardship. Those are all important things, but we also have to remember that Stoicism is an outwardly lived life as well, in that we are members of a community and we need to engage in that community, and we are not in this for ourselves. We are in this for the hive, as it were. What's good for the hive is good for the bee, Marcus Aurelius says, and that idea can run counter to the American way of thinking, in that it's about individual liberty, individual, not about the group. But without the group, we don't function very well. So we need to keep that in mind as we go, I suppose. Other than that, I'm going to continue down the road with the Enchiridion, reading the Enchiridion each week. And I know some of you have been enjoying that, and I thank you for your feedback. And I also want to thank some of my latest patrons who have signed up to support the podcast. Larry, thank you very much for your support. I greatly appreciate your help with that. Larry just joined and is one of my latest patrons. I know I have a few more patrons, but like I said, I'm sitting on my porch, and I don't have a script in front of me or anything like that, so I'm going off the cuff here, and I will thank. And also Will joined, and he joined at a very generous level on Patreon, and so I hope, Will, we get to chat soon. We'll have a patron chat scheduled for Zoom here in the near future. Now that my semester's calming down, hopefully I'll be able to do that. And chat with you. It's been fun talking to patrons online about. Sometimes we don't even talk about Stoicism. It's good to have a group of friends to talk to. So even we all know we have similar interests, and so we can just chat, and it's been nice. So that's where I am in terms of what's been going on. Just busy. But I'm going to focus on some of my practices now, trying to become a better practicing stoic rather than a talking stoic. Working on journaling practices and some meditation practices, and I hope to work on those this summer and get those kind of instilled as a habit, and I'll be talking to you a bit about those things, I'm sure, as we go forward. But anyway, I appreciate you swinging in. I know this wasn't the episode you were probably hoping for, but feel free to let me know what you'd like to hear about, what you're thinking about, how Stoicism has helped you. If you want to share that on the podcast, I'm always open to share your stories, your advice, your tips. It's not just about me. Actually, it's not at all about me. I am not the Sunday Stoic. I just host the podcast. So feel free to chime in. And I'm going to call it a night. I am exhausted. You all have a good weekend. And if you haven't done so already, if you're in a country that celebrates Mother's Day, here in the U.S. today is Mother's Day. Call your mom. If your mom is gone, remember her fondly. Remember the good things she did for you. Take her example. If she was a good example, of course. And take care of yourselves. And until I talk to you again, seize the day. Carpe diem.
We're not too far away, but